Everyone knows the value of the to-do list. Even if you haven't read about it prior to this book, no doubt you've stumbled across tips elsewhere about using a to-do list to increase productivity. My point is that everyone inherently kind of knows what they should be doing and when they need to do it by. The act of writing it down just helps remind them. This makes them more likely to do what they know they should be doing, more than if they didn't have such a list. Granted, this is mostly common sense, and not what you bought this book for. Well, here it is. Not everyone knows what they shouldn't be doing. Along with your to-do list, it's equally important to make a don't-do list. Each day, we're faced with choosing tasks that will create the biggest impact for us, and there are many hidden obstacles. Again, we all know the obvious evils to avoid when trying to upgrade productivity: social media, goofing around on the internet, watching The Bachelorette while trying to work, or learning to play the flute while reading. It can be difficult to distinguish between real tasks and useless tasks, and it will require some hard thought on your part. You need to fill your don't-do list with tasks that will sneakily steal your time and undermine your goals. These are tasks that are insignificant or a poor use of your time, tasks that don't help your bottom line, and tasks that have a serious case of diminishing returns the more you work on them. If you continuously devote and waste your time on these tasks, your real priorities and goals will be left untouched. Here's what you should put on your don't-do list. First, tasks that are priorities, but you can't do anything about them at present because of external circumstances. These are tasks that are important in one or many ways, but are waiting for feedback from others or for underlying tasks to be completed first. Put these on your don't-do list because there's literally nothing you can do about them. Don't spend your mental energy thinking about them. They'll still be there when you hear back from those other people. Just note that you're waiting to hear back from someone else and the date on which you need to follow up if you haven't heard back. Then push these out of your mind because they're on someone else's to-do list, not yours. You can also temporarily push things off your plate by clarifying and asking questions of other people. This puts the ball in their court to act, and you can take that time to catch up on other matters. Second are tasks that don't add value as far as your projects are concerned. There are many small items that don't add to your bottom line, and often these are trivial things, busy work. Can you delegate these, assign them to someone else, or even outsource them? Do they really require your time? In other words, are they worth your time? And will anyone but you notice the difference if you delegate the task to someone else? By taking on the task yourself, are you getting stuck in the weeds of perfectionism? These tasks are just wasted motion for the sake of motion and don't really matter in the big picture. You should spend your time on big tasks that move entire projects forward and not myopic, trivial tasks. Often, these are useless tasks disguised as important ones, such as selecting the paint color for the bike shed in the parking lot of the nuclear power plant you're building. Third, include tasks that are current and ongoing but will not benefit from additional work or attention paid to them. These tasks suffer diminishing returns. These tasks are just a waste of energy because while they can still stand to improve, and is there anything that can't? The amount of likely improvement will either not make a difference in the overall outcome or success, or will take a disproportionate amount of time and effort without making a significant dent. For all intents and purposes, these tasks should be considered done. Don't waste your time on them, and don't fall into the trap of considering them a priority. Once you finish everything else on your plate, you can then evaluate how much time you want to devote to polishing something. If the task is at 90% of the quality you need it to be, it's time to look around at what else needs your attention to bring it from 0 to 90%. In other words, It's far more helpful to have 3 tasks completed at 80% quality versus 1 task at 100% quality. When you consciously avoid the items on your don't do list, you keep yourself focused and streamlined. You don't waste energy or time, and your daily output will increase dramatically. Why read a menu with food items that are unavailable? It's pointless. By preventing your energy level from being dissipated by those things that suck up your time and attention, a don't do list enables you to take care of the important stuff first. The fewer things that tug on your mind, the better. The kind of stress and anxiety they create only hampers or kills productivity. A don't do list will free your mind from the burden of having too many things in the air because it eliminates most of those things. You can focus on the balls that are still in flight and steadily knock each one out. This has been Focus Master, 37 Tips to Stay Present, Ignore Distractions, and Finish the Task at Hand. Written by Nick Trenton, narrated by Russell Newton. Copyright 2021 by Nick Trenton. Production copyright by Nick Trenton.